Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
It's supposed to be a happy time for us. Looking forward to my first grandbaby. Now I don't know.
A concerned mom who wants her missing pregnant daughter to come home safely. Good evening, everyone. We begin with new information in the search for Savannah Greywind. Fargo Deputy Chief Joe Anderson tells us they're trying to narrow the investigation. I have Joe Anderson on the phone right now. Thanks for joining me, Deputy Chief. Tell us what the focus is right now for the Fargo Police Department and this investigation.
Hello, Mike. Thanks for having me on. Today we had, with the assistance of Grand Forks PD, we did some canvassing up in Grand Forks, trying to corroborate some statements and to help us narrow our search. Since Sunday, we've treated this investigation more as a criminal investigation, even though we don't have the criminal element to it, meaning that we've done many things that have been, above and beyond what we typically do for a missing person. We've done a couple canine searches, extensive river searches with Fargo Fire. We even brought in a helicopter from the U.S. Border Patrol to help canvass some areas. So when I say we've treated it as a criminal investigation, that's what I'm alluding to. It's not that it's risen to the level of a criminal investigation at this point, but we're kind of treating it as that to make sure that we do our due diligence and don't miss anything.
Deputy Chief, you talked about the Grand Forks, stretching the investigation into Grand Forks. Has that all been cleared up? We understand that there were 4 individuals, men that you were looking at, along with Savannah. You were going door to door. How did that turn out?
Well, I don't have the outcome of that, but what we're looking at is really to kind of corroborate some statements from the people that we had previously spoken with, just so that we can, help narrow our investigation, to corroborate those statements or to eliminate those statements as we press forward in this investigation. And so Grand Forks graciously assisted with that in that effort.
Okay, Deputy Chief Joe Anderson with the Fargo PD, thanks for joining me live on the air tonight, and good luck in your continuing search.
Thank you.
In Connected News, we want to stay with this story. It's certainly been an emotional day for the family, and Valley News Team's Molly Casey joins us live with more on that part of it. Molly?
Well, it's been 5 days since Savannah was reported missing by her family, and she's 8 months pregnant. Tonight, family and friends gathered in South Fargo to pray for her safe return, and out of respect for the family, we did not stay for the entire service. But we did speak to Savannah's mother, Norberta, who says she was surprised to hear police were looking for people in connection to Savannah's disappearance. She also says she's learning not to react to this kind of news because she still doesn't have all the details. Norberta didn't want to comment further and just wants the investigation to continue. This afternoon, family and friends and members of the community gathered outside of the downtown Sanford Clinic to offer their support. Savannah's mom spoke at the event and says if anyone can come forward with any information to help bring Savannah home, it would be greatly appreciated.
I wish we knew.
I wish I knew. And I would have been in that direction already if I knew.
Savannah's family hopes that police will soon ask for the FBI to assist in the search. Mike?
All right, thanks, Molly. Now, we've done this before, but let's do it again for our viewers. Savannah Greywind is Native American with long, dark brown hair and green eyes, has a large Dreamcatcher tattoo on her thigh. If you have any information on her whereabouts, call Fargo Police. The phone number is on your screen, 701-235-4493. In other news tonight, a Fargo woman and a Moorhead man have been arrested in Kentucky after police say they were allegedly on their way to kidnap a girl. Police say they received a call about a young girl in a parking lot. Officers found 38-year-old Tara Weiland in a driver's seat trying to conceal a handgun in her lap. Officers say she wasn't obeying commands. They removed her from the vehicle after she tried driving off. 19-year-old Daniel Carlson was in the back seat, and after questioning the pair, authorities found that they had left Moorhead and were on their way to Tennessee to kidnap Weiland's daughter. The two face numerous felony charges, including attempted kidnapping. A weekend trip to a state park turned ugly for one Minnesota family when a 3-year-old girl was attacked by an owl. They now know about owls at the University of Minnesota's Raptor Center, and the manager of the education program says owls rarely swoop down toward people. But apparently that's what happened Friday at Lake Bemidji State Park when an owl dove toward a 3-year-old girl named Autumn. She suffered scratches and 3 puncture wounds in her scalp.
We were about 30 feet in front of my daughter and my mom, and all of a sudden we heard screaming. I turn around on the bike and see this owl like flapping its wings all over her.
Officials have temporarily closed the park trail where that incident took place. In Grand Forks, the school district first said the buck stops here, then reversed a decision about a school transfer after a Valley News Live whistleblower investigation. Jody Burns contacted our whistleblower hotline over the school district's decision to not allow her to send her special needs daughter to the school she thought was best. Well, after our story ran in a meeting in front of the school board, Burns got the decision reversed.
And our kids, we want them to go where they're going to strive, where they're going to be the best adults that they can be further in life. And I mean, education is the one thing that sets them up for either failure or achievement. And it's not fair to them to just say, hey, you can't go to this school because of so-and-so reasons.
As we mentioned, this story came to us through our whistleblower hotline. If you need help uncovering fraud or corruption in your community, call 701-237-6576 and leave your tip. We'll do our best to get to the bottom of it. A newly labeled bathroom in the Frazee High School has some parents concerned. 2 staff-only bathrooms have been converted into gender-neutral bathrooms and will have baby changing tables in them as well. They'll be located near the 3 gyms and theater and will be open during events and during the school day. Some parents told us that they feel the students could take advantage of the privacy and commit sexual acts at school. District officials say they don't foresee that issue because they do have security monitors.
Our security system is very good, cameras are very good, and the location is also right next to the health office, so there's an adult there during the school day all the time as well.
The superintendent also says the change to the bathroom was low cost as they only ordered 2 new signs and 2 baby changing tables. President Donald Trump is back in Washington, D.C. after a whirlwind trip out west. Today, he delivered scripted remarks before the American Legion in Reno, just a day after his freewheeling rally in Phoenix. Reporter Weijia Zhang has the latest from the White House.
President Trump arrived back at the White House hours after delivering a message of unity before the nation's largest veterans group.
We are one people with one home and one great flag.
Less than a day earlier, the president went off on the media during a rally in Phoenix for its coverage of his response to the racially charged protests in Charlottesville.
If you want to discover the source of the division in our country, look no further than the fake news and the crooked media.
The president read from remarks he issued about the violence.
We condemn in the strongest possible terms this egregious display of hatred, bigotry, and violence.
But he left out the part of the statement that caused all the controversy.
We condemn in the strongest possible terms this egregious display of hatred, bigotry, and violence on many sides.
Back here in Washington, the White House is also fighting back against reports the president is locked in a bitter feud with Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. According to the New York Times, a heated phone call earlier this month triggered the conflict, during which the president berated McConnell for the Senate's failure to overhaul Obamacare.
I said, Mitch, get to work and let's get it done.
In an effort to dispel rumors, both leaders issued separate statements today saying they remain united on shared priorities.
President Trump and Senate Majority Leader McConnell will hold previously scheduled meetings following the August recess.